welcome back to the channel. I'm Callie.
And I'm Bean.
So today we came up with a prompt. It is mid-November, so naturally everyone is scurrying to try and meet their Goodreads goals and read as many books as physically possible before the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it this year, but I kind of knew I wasn't gonna make it, not gonna lie. We're gonna try. I still have 20 books to read though, so we'll see if that happens with school.
I have faith in you.
We'll see what happens. We got a bunch of novellas, I'm sure I'll find them.
I may or may not have already beaten mine. We wanted to do our top 5 books that we want to finish before the end of the year, because 5 seems doable.
This seems possible. We'll hopefully.
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 I have faith in me. We'll see.
I have a little less faith in me, but that's okay. I also have a very valid excuse though, so.
Yes.
Grad school is hard.
Yeah, it's not fun. I don't miss it.
It's hard. I don't like it. I do like it, actually. I shouldn't say that. Anyways, so we're gonna move on to 5 books each. So you'll hear about 10 books in this video.
Yeah.
And you wanna get a start?
I can,
Go
because
for
I'm holding it.
Since you're excited most about this one.
So I only let myself pick 2 sequels, and they're some of my most anticipated sequels. And that first one is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. Fourth Wing is in contention for my favorite book of 2023, so naturally I really want to get to Iron Flame, mainly because I want to stop being scared to scroll through TikTok and Instagram.
That's valid.
Because the amount of times where I'm like, if you haven't read, nope, I want to be able to watch those and see the fan art. There's already fan art dropping.
I'm sure there is.
I saw one, but I didn't understand its context, so I'm okay with it. It's not like a House of Sky and Breath problem like I had last year.
Right.
So I'm really excited. Like I said, I love Fourth Wing, so I really want to get to Iron Flame, and I want to be in the know.
That's the main reason you want to be in the know.
I do. I just want to
know what's happening.
I do.
So my first book I'm going to talk about is one that I've been putting off reading to avoid a reading slump or a book hangover, because the first one almost caused one, and that is The House Witch Volume 2 by Delmock. This is a high fantasy novel following Finley Ashwin, who is a house witch who makes a name for himself on accident because he becomes the chef at a castle, and he's just trying to blend in, and then magic and finicky things happen, and it is the best cozy mystery, or cozy fantasy, and I really enjoyed it, and I really need to read it, because I have all 3, and he's come out with, or Delmock has now come out with 2 additional series, one with all I know is it's a fire witch, like a red-headed fire witch, and the other one, I don't remember what it was, but he came out with 2 other series, and I really want to read them all, so. But these need to be paced. Otherwise, there will be hangovers and they will last a long time. Like, I finished the first one and just went, I can't read the second one right now, or it will not go well, so.
You gotta break up series.
And it's one of those where, like, as soon as you finish, you'll be like, oh, this is bad, I can't. Because it's so good, you just want to binge it all.
But you have to pace yourself.
You can't, though. It's one of the series you can't do that on.
So, like I mentioned, I have a second sequel, and that is technically a extended epilogue novella. But this is Caloris by Lynette Noni. This is the extended epilogue novella thing of her Acarne series. That is such a mouthful.
That's a hard thing to say.
That is so hard to say. But I just finished the entire Acarne series in October or September, and I loved it. And right when I was starting the last book, she announced this, and I was like, yes!
Good timing.
I am so excited. Caloris is the, like, Christmas of this world, so this is essentially a Christmas special.
That's perfect.
Exactly. So I always have like my extended TBR, and all of December is just a bunch of Christmas themed books.
As they should be.
Yeah, like I have Tessa Bailey's new one. I have the Merry Little Meet Cute on there as well, and then I've got Caloris.
Love it.
Because I'm excited for this, and she said that it's still heartbreaking like all the other books, but more heartwarming. And I'm like, okay.
Okay, I'll bite.
Fine. You've hooked. I mean, I was gonna read it anyway, but I mean, whatever.
I'm gonna jump into one that's not a sequel, even though I have another sequel on this list, but the next one is actually a book box book, and that's The Woodkin by Alexander James. This is a horror story about a guy who goes camping. I don't remember the exact details because it's been a couple months since I got this one, but it's about a guy who goes camping and ends up stumbling upon this little town that's just really weird, and then they won't let him leave, and when he gets out, he thinks they're following him. So I'm really intrigued. I do like foresty horror stories, so this sounded really interesting, and I'm currently reading the last book that I got from Twisted Retreat, and I'm really enjoying it, so I have high hopes for this box and the books in it, and I want to try and kind of catch up and read more of the books that I've gotten from boxes, so. Because I am super behind on that.
So the other 3 books that I have, so like I mentioned earlier, I have already completed my Goodreads goal, and I've already exceeded my other goal, so I have like a normal goal in my planner, which is usually higher than my Goodreads goal, because I usually downplay that one, so I can up it throughout the year as need be, or make it go down.
Either
Depends on the year. But since I finished all of those, my planner, which is the Always Fully Booked planner, has prompts. So the other 3 books I have will fulfill the rest of the prompts I have. I have 3 left.
There you go.
And this one's cheating. So I have The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. I have been meaning to read this. This is actually one of the first books on Book Talk that exploded romantasy. And I know I like Danielle L. Jensen's writing. I've read her Dark Shores series, and I really like it. And this one is that one is YA, and I really like it. This one is NA and then gets to adult. So This is a enemies to lovers. She is a princess, he's a prince. She's sent over to his kingdom to wed him, but really she's there to kill him. Basic plot line, but I've heard it's got really good character development, and I really like her writing style. So this counts for the prompt of J, because I have no books that start with the letter J, so it's Danielle L. Jensen.
Yeah.
And that's how we're cheating.
The next book on my list is actually the other sequel that I have, and that is The Traitor by Ava Glass. I read the first book in this series, which is Alias Emma, last month or the month before. I honestly don't remember which one, but this is basically a early 20s female James Bond. The best way I can describe it. The first one was a really quick read. I read it all in one sitting. It's just like a fast-paced adventure story, basically. With a tiny little sprinkle of romance in it, but it's basically the first book followed Emma, who is fresh out of recruitment, fresh out of school for training to be a spy, and she basically has to escort this scientist child, the child of a scientist. He's like in his mid-20s, but she has to escort him across the country, this is in the UK, across the country in one night without being spotted by any security cameras, and she manages to do it. And it's all how she did it. So that's kind of the cool thing about it, is that it goes back to the actual adventure stories, and I've been kind of missing this in my life, I'm not gonna lie. I miss my Jason Bournes. I liked that story, and 007, so this one follows right after the first one, so I will not give any spoilers, but I'm really excited. And again, they're not long books, but this is the sequel. There's only 2 out so far, so I'm really curious to see if this is the end or not.
The next prompt that I need a book for is to read a poetry book, and I have one poet that I really like and gravitate towards, and that is Amanda Lovelace. And I have this entire series. This is the You Are Your Own Fairy Tale series, which is almost a spin-off of the Women Are All Kinds of Magic series, or really, they would be called collections, I guess, with poetry. So this is Break Your Glass Slippers. I really like Amanda Lovelace. Her poetry is, while it's nuanced, it also has like a lot of deeper meanings, and it is all about putting value in femininity and what it's like to be a woman in modern day. And she uses fairy tales to showcase the dichotomy that women have faced throughout all of time, essentially. And I love her books. They're really quick to read. Ooh, this one's got pictures!
Look, picture!
It's got pictures!
We just saw it.
Oh, I think
it's colored.
It's what breaks up the parts.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because she does hers in parts.
That's right.
Yeah!
That's cool.
But yeah, I have all 3, because this is the first one. Break Your Glass Slipper. And this is the first one, so the other 2 aren't listed in here. But I have the other 2.
The next one I have is one that was very popular for a very long time, and is still kind of, well, the sequel is now more popular, but that's The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I have yet to read a Frida McFadden book. I have picked up several, but I haven't actually read them yet. She is a big horror author that kind of got everybody really weirdly into thrillers and mysteries on Book Talk and BookTube, which is cool. Get people to read mysteries and thrillers. Go for it. This one is all about, from what I've heard, it's basically like Knives Out.
Oh.
But a book for a different, slightly different version of it. A smaller family, but just as rich and told from the point of view of the housemaid. So I'm intrigued. I really liked Knives Out. And I'm curious where that series is going, by the way, that movie series. Very curious. But I'm very excited to read this. There is a sequel, and I think it's called The Housemaid's Secret. It's got a red cover. It looks the exact same, but it's red. So yeah.
The last one that I have, or the last prompt that I have, is to read a nonfiction book, and I read like no nonfiction. But weirdly enough, I already had one coming up, so it ended up working out perfectly. Well, I've had this on my TBR for a while.
I was gonna say,
and that is The Magic and Mayhem of Growing Up: A Wizard Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. But most people know him as Draco Malfoy, so this is his autobiography about growing up as a Potter kid. So I'm really excited. I know Sarah's read it. She's been trying to get me to read it for a while now, and it's been on my TBR card. Draco Malfoy is probably one of my favorite characters in the entire Harry Potter universe, and that is a huge, like, because of Tom Felton. I love him as an actor and as a person. Not that I've met him, but like who he portrays himself as.
Yes.
As a person. I love that. So I'm really excited. It's been a long time since I've read any nonfiction like this. I was gonna put Spare on here by Prince Harry, because I have the audiobook, but I can't. I'll get to it eventually.
The last book on my list is not a nonfiction, go figure. I'm the one who reads more nonfiction.
You are.
But that's My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. I started this book. I'm the one who made Callie read it, actually, weirdly enough.
Funny enough.
And I haven't read it yet, so I do actually need to read this book. It's about a girl whose roommate is a vampire. I've read part of it, I just haven't finished it, so I'm gonna restart it and just binge the whole thing because I'm very excited. The part that I read was adorable.
It's so
the
cute.
Characters are really cute.
I do love how each of our last book is something the other has read.
Yep. This seems correct.
I haven't read any of the other ones on your list.
No, but the rest of the ones on my list are actually kind of like obscure.
Yeah.
I read my obscure books. I also haven't read Fourth Wing, so.
You will love Fourth Wing.
I'm sure I will.
Because it's dragons.
It's dragons.
Everything you want in a book.
It is dragons. This is true. It's fair.
So I know we said 5 books each, but we actually share one book.
We do.
Which is really exciting because this author reached out to us. So the last book is Lost Kingdom by Laurel Black. I assume you'll put it up here, somewhere up here. So she reached out to us and asked us to read an ARC of her book, and we're actually getting it in the mail sometime this week, and we're really excited. We've both downloaded it on our Kindle. I haven't opened it yet because I've been reading an omnibus on my Kindle, and I just want to get it over with and done, and then I'm reading it next. But I'm really excited. This book comes out January 17th. It is a YA fantasy story, and we are both very, very excited because it sounds like everything we both love.
It does.
In a YA fantasy book.
She sent us a trailer for it. If I'm allowed to, I will link the trailer down below because it's honestly what got, I know, my attention for this book.
Yeah.
Because the first line was about maps and I went, sold.
Deal.
Send it to me because I'm a sucker for a book about maps. So.
Yep. So that in the cover is gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
So
come on.
Really excited. And the fact that she reached out, very sweet.
She sent us like a little video. It was so cute.
It was
I was so excited.
Like, made me cry at work. Excited.
She got very excited.
I was very excited about it. So that is definitely going to be finished. And we will do a whole video on that book once we finish it.
Hopefully in the middle of December.
Yes. Definitely before the book comes out.
Yes.
But yeah, I think
that's all we got.
That's all we have.
That's all we got?
Yeah.
That's all we got. Well, that's what we got for you guys here today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. It really helps us out when you do.
And we are only posting once a week now with all the holiday season coming up. So look forward to at least a video a week. And we will see you guys in our next video.
Bye.